Our first story takes us to the mountains, where one way to explore is on a family-friendly Asheville Jeep tour.
The core mission behind what we do is best summed up as getting people outside. We use Jeeps to do it, but the goal is to show people, hey, this is what's out here. There's waterfalls, there's rivers, there's mountain views, and there's so much to see around Asheville and in the Appalachian Mountains. I grew up here in Asheville and had an old beat up Jeep in high school, and me and friends would come out here and explore and try and find new waterfalls along the way. And I had the idea of just showing people some of these places I got to experience as a kid. And what started as just a couple hiking tours in college has morphed into taking these big Jeeps and showing people so many different areas of what's out here and what's here to explore.
First and foremost, we have what I call our backcountry tours. And we have an excursion, and it's a 4-hour trip, and we'll see anywhere from 4 to 7 waterfalls. And that all depends on the time of year, the time of the day. And then we have the parkway trip. You get up on the parkway and you'll go 25, 30 miles and you come back. It's more like an aerial view, so to speak, where you're up high looking out over the views. And then we have a kind of an in-between. We have our backroads trip. And on our backroads, you get to see some of the waterfalls down low, and then you get up to the parkway and you get a viewpoint. So it's kind of like a little bit of both. And then in the fall, we have a fall colors tour. And that's specifically just to get out and see what you see around you right now. Higher up you are, you have a lot more color, and then you're down in the green. And that color band just starts to travel down and travel down and travel down. But the whole advantage of it is you get to see all these different environments at different times.
When Helene came through, we were very, very fortunate to not be physically hit by the flooding or the storms or the landslides. But of course, tourism was almost non-existent. We switched to recovery mode, and we were loading the Jeeps up with supplies, trying to help where we could. But we felt the impacts of the lack of tourism pretty much from the storm up until today, with Asheville's tourism being low. We need the tourism. A lot of businesses are open and ready for business, and this year has been trying to rebuild, but also bring people back to Asheville. And so the economic effect of Helene has been really devastating for us.
Yeah, so I think one of the things that we can really do an excellent job of with our staff is they can be very detailed about where to go, and they can say, oh, you want to see this? We'll take you to this waterfall and we can see this, and you can get in there and you can get your experience out of, get to what it is you want to do. So we can very easily individualize what the client wants to fulfill that dream for these folks that come from out of town.
It's a very easy and accessible way to experience this, to experience the natural beauty of the area that really makes Western Carolina what it is. And you get guided to and from some really special, really cool places that you may have not been able to experience otherwise on your own.
Well, I think there's a lot of reasons. Me personally, I'm from Charleston, come to the area a lot to climb or run, but with Asheville Jeep Tours, I can sit in this Jeep and see all of the things that I race past. And to me, that's huge, because otherwise there's so much that I would miss, If I didn't have the opportunity to just have somebody say, hey, look over here, have you ever seen this before? No, I haven't.
Not only for the couple of hours that we spent with them today, but just for the next 3 or 4 days that we're here in Asheville, we've got recommendations for restaurants and other hikes and things to do if it rains in town. And so we've kind of got the rest of our trip planned out from the 3 or 4 hours that we spent with them today.
I love being outside. Anytime I can do anything outside, it's so much better. And I'm out here, I'm in this environment. I'm having this surrounding around me. And so that just fills my soul. And so if, as me as a guide can be out here getting my soul filled by this, it seeps out, it flushes out to these folks around me. That's the thing I love the most, is providing this opportunity for people to experience something that I get to see every single day. And so that's one of the best things for me.
You come to Asheville and you've got 500,000 acres of national forest around you, over 300 different waterfalls, and so you get to go out with one of our guides. It's going to take you to the best parts out here and the coolest things to see. It's going to be safe, it's going to be fun, it's going to be informative, and it's going to be a really cool way to see Asheville and see the area.
To plan your Asheville Jeep Tour, visit their website at ashevillejeeptrails.com.